Hello and welcome to a new topic. What is Langue? By Ferdinand de Saussure. Let's talk about this topic in detail. Swiss linguist Ferdinand de Saussure discusses the concept of Langue and Parole in the third chapter titled The Object of Linguistics in his course in General Linguistics, translated by Wade Baskin. Point number 2. According to Saussure, the distinction between Langue and Parole is the basic starting point of modern linguistics. We continue our discussion in this respect. He believes that both Langue and Parole are the key concepts which often shape behavior of human speech and thought. Point number 4. Fundamentally, Langue and Parole are French words. Now let's talk about what is Langue. To put it simply, Langue means language. Point number 2, it includes all the rules and conventions regarding combinations of sounds, formation of words, sentences, pronunciation, and meaning. Then we have third point. In fact, Langue is a product of social agreement. We continue our discussion in this respect, Langue, and we have the next point. It is a set of conventions or a similarity of sounds, words, and meanings shared by all the speakers of the native population. Now we have the fifth point. Langue is abstract as these particular conventions exist in the minds of speakers who belong to that society that has created the language. Now we have point number 6. To further simplify it, Langue is a system that includes all the elements of a language. We continue our discussion in this respect about Langue. We have some more ideas to share. Regarding Langue, Saussure 2004 once had a clear definition. It is a treasure house stored in all members of a social group through the practice of a speech, or a grammatical system stored in the minds of a group of people. And the last point in this respect is, that is to say, Langue is a system that is combined by certain vocabulary and grammatical rules. Now let's talk about function of Langue. What is the role of Langue? Under different conditions, Langue plays different roles. Point number 2. When spreading and inheriting culture, Langue is the carrier and tool of culture. Point number 3. When understanding objective world, Langue is a tool that helps people to perceive and understand world rationally. Now we have the fourth point. When communicating with others, Langue is a set of mature grammatical system. Point number 5. As the main form of the expression of a speech activities, Langue is a set of recognized, abstract, and internalized language rules. Now we have the conclusion, that is to say, review of Langue. What is that? Let's talk about. In 2020 thought that Langue is social, universal, and regular. Generally speaking, individuality is not a feature of Langue. And the last point in this direction is, in the whole, Langue is a symbolic system with universal rules. Hope you understand the concept. What is Parole? By Ferdinand de Saussure. Parole. The first point is, Parole is the embodiment or actualization of Langue. Second point is, it refers to a real and concrete speech act in which individuals express their abstract Langue symbols. We continue our discussion about Parole. Point number 3. Parole follows the rules under the guidance and influence of the internalized systems of grammar, rather than makes up the rules. Point number 4. In other words, parole is the application of symbolic language systems. Number 5. To simplify it further, it is the usage of the system, but it is not the system. We continue our discussion about parole. 5. Parole is a specific. It belongs to the individual and not to the society as a whole. Point number 6. Therefore, it is about individuality and reflects individual performance of language in a speech or writing. We continue our discussion in the direction about parole. Number 7. With those conventions of language that exist in the mind as langue, when we use them individually in a concrete form in actual speech or writing, they become examples of parole. Now let's talk about conclusion. Number 8. In brief, we can say parole is the actual sounds and sentences produced by an individual speaker or writer. Number 9. While language system is langue, language behavior is parole. We can understand the whole idea in this manner, in this diagram, like we have the aspects of language. They are divided into two segments, two parts, langue and langue is about language system, language rules, language conventions, language ideas, and it belongs to the society because the rule of the language is all about how society has made it to follow. In contrast, we have parole, and it is about language performance. How, with those systems of language in your mind, you as an individual person, you as an individual writer, you as an individual speaker, use the language. Language system, what we call langue, is for all, for the society. We all know the rules of the grammar, rules of the language, but how to use them, in what intensity, in what manner, how artistically we use, as a poet, as a writer, as a speaker, as an individual person, as a normal person, that is about parole. It is about your language performance. It is about the way you speak, the way you write. And this belongs to individual. Because we all, individuals, use language in our own different ways according to our flight of imagination. So basically, the language has two fundamental aspects. Langue, which is related to system of language, and parole, which belongs to the use of language, your performance of language. The first one belongs to society, and the second one belongs to. Hope you understand the concept. Thank you and goodbye.